my name is Amanda Arnone, and what you see here on this table is my version of a cell. So, first we're going to start with this envelope. This envelope is, of course, representing the nuclear envelope, and inside would be the nucleus. So the nuclear envelope surrounds the nucleus, and I know this ping pong ball looks like an eyeball, but I meant it to look like a brain because of all those veins. Because the nucleus is actually the brain of the cell, and it contains all of the DNA, so it basically sends the commands, and it is the brain. So next we're going to go to this box. This box is what I chose to represent the cell membrane, because it is what surrounds the entire cell and keeps everything inside the cell in and pushes everything on the outside out and keeps it out. So that's why I chose this box, because you can open it and close it so everything on the inside stays inside, but you can also keep whatever they want out. However, this key right here, I put this key inside because there are some key features to be able to pass through the cell membrane. So that's what that key is for. And next we're going to go to this stamp. The stamp I chose to represent the Golgi apparatus, because the Golgi apparatus is what they call the shipping center of the cell. And it receives and repacks all the proteins sent from the endoplasmic reticulum, just like you would at the post office. So the proteins are actually acting as packages, and the Golgi apparatus is kind of like the mail center, hence the stamp, and then it sends it on its way to its final destination, wherever that is going to go, just like a package. Next, we're going to go to this heart. Now, they say the home is where the heart is, and this heart right here actually represents the mitochondria. Now why? Because the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. House, home, you get it? Haha, so funny. But the mitochondria actually converts the food energy into a usable source. While I couldn't technically represent that in one of these items, I thought that this home in the heart would actually make sense because it is the powerhouse of the cell. Next, we're going to go to this hand sanitizer. I chose this hand sanitizer because it is a liquid, and it is representing the cytoplasm, because that is the liquid inside the cell. And that is pretty much all that is. Next, we're going to go to this Jenga. Now, I know this Jenga looks like it's pretty sturdy on its own. However, if you look on this side, there's actually this piece of cardboard here that is supporting the base of the Jenga. And this piece of cardboard is actually representing the cytoskeleton. And the cytoskeleton provides support and keeps the shape of the cell. So that is what this is doing right there. Next is this plant. While I wanted to just find a big thing of dirt, this is the only thing me and my roommates had. So we're going to focus on what is below the rocks, the dirt. And the dirt represents the lysosomes of a cell, because it is technically, or it can be referred to as the recycling center of a cell, and it basically digests down everything that the cell takes in. And while I could not represent just a stomach here, I chose the dirt because that is basically what happens when you compost. So when you compost, the dirt, the soil that we're focusing on, breaks down all the food and digests it and puts it into another form that can be used as something else. So that fertilizer is going to be those, like the proteins and all the stuff that the lysosomes break down, and makes it into another usable form for the cell. So that's what that dirt is representing. And then lastly, we have this right here. Now this, if you open this up, give me a moment, put this down for a second so I can open it up. Inside is this folded up, this is actually a straw, but I chose this to represent the endoplasmic reticulum because the endoplasmic reticulum is actually folded membranes, like responsible for creating proteins. So I thought this folded up straw would make a lot of sense because it represents the shape of the cell. And while the straw is technically not creating proteins, you can drink a protein shake out of it. So that is how I kind of made that connection. And while this may look like one piece, it's actually not. This right here, this keychain, is what I chose to represent a ribosome. And this keychain actually is connected to the endoplasmic reticulum, because that is what the ribosomes do on the rough ER. And those ribosomes are the site of protein synthesis, and it pumps out all the proteins that are being made. And again, it's hard to represent. These two I had a lot of trouble with because it's hard to represent that in an item found in my room. I don't have much in here, but I did think it was important that the keychain was connected to this. So because the ribosome is connected to the rough ER, and they kind of work together to get those proteins out and made and created. Okay, well, I hope you like my cell. We got the cytoplasm, cytoskeleton, lysosomes, the mitochondria, nucleus, nuclear envelope, endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes, cell membrane, and the Golgi apparatus. Thank you.